Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Hentges with Beyond the Chart, and in this technical analysis of the stock market video, we're going to take a look at the S&P 500 on a daily and weekly charts, the 52-week high-low indicator on the New York Stock Exchange. That's one of the indicators I look at on a daily basis. Three key ETFs, semiconductors, home builders, and financials, and then we're going to zoom in on one semiconductor stock today, which announced the big acquisition on Thursday. That's Qualcomm is acquiring NXP Semiconductors. So we're going to take a look at Qualcomm. So stay tuned. All right, let's start off here with the S&P 500. And the S&P was down 6.6 on Friday, and you can see it kind of came down here to this, the intraday low was 2119.36, so for all intents and purposes, call it 2120. We got a little bit further below that on the 13th, and that was the key low on the 2119 right here too. So really, 2119, 2120, key support area. We break through that and close below it. I got a feeling the selling is going to kick in. And the other thing watching from an Elliott wave perspective is, is this wave 4 going to hold? Is this picture going to continue to hold? Because if it gets below this high at 2111, then this wave count goes out the window because wave 4 cannot overlap wave 1. We cannot have 1, 2, 3, 4. Something else is going on, and we'll evaluate that when that happens. But right now, the picture looks like it's starting to roll over, although you could still say it's a little bit of a consolidation. Well, not a little bit. It's been consolidating sideways for the last month and a half. And take a look at the weekly chart, and you can see the big thing that jumps out at you here is the break of this trend line. And we don't have a moving average cross yet. We're very, very close. We did get it on the Dow, on the New York Composite, and the Russell 2000. Well, actually not on the Russell 2000, but on the Dow and the New York Composite. So I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. I looked at the NASDAQ earlier, and I looked at the Russell 2000. But anyway, here we're very close right here on the S&P 500 on the weekly chart. The wave count is what I just mentioned. And again, if we go below this high, 2111, then this wave count changes. The picture changes. All right, that's it for the S&P 500. The high-low indicator, the reading on Friday was minus 29. Okay, now that doesn't, not a huge sell-off, not a big movement. But the key point here is we haven't had a reading of minus 29 since February 16. Okay? For the last 8 months, this market has not given a reading as low as minus 29. So this could be the start of something. It's just something to pay attention to. Okay? And this is just one of the indicators I look at every day. Okay, semiconductors. Or actually, let's start off with the home builders. We're going to go home builders, financials, and semiconductors. Home builders on a weekly chart, looks like selling is really starting to accelerate now, coming on down. If we continue to get this selling coming on down like this to this horizontal line, this is going to look more and more like a large head and shoulders top. Let's take a look at the daily chart. And you can see the acceleration. You can see what's just going on right now on the daily. And we took out this low here, 3138. We took that out on Thursday, actually. So that's the picture on the home builders. Not a pretty picture there. And, of course, that's not a good picture for the economy. The financials have pushed up a little bit. This is a weekly chart. Pushed up a little bit for the week, up 0.12 on XLF. But really hasn't gone anywhere either since this high back here on September 2nd. And the primary wave count I've got is giving it the benefit of the doubt as if primary wave 4 is bottoming here and it's trying to work its way up. But again, if that's the case, this cannot be, if this is 1, 2, this cannot be 3, 4 because 4 cannot overlap 1. So that would mean that we're working some kind of wave count within wave 3 higher. And if that's the case, this has got to really get some steam behind it and get going. And right now it's not acting like it, at least not yet. So the alternate count I've got is that we had a truncated fifth wave right here, a deep wave, primary wave 4 here in August, and then a truncated fifth wave, and we've rolled over and we're doing 1, and A, B, C, could have had C completed here too. So we'll watch for that to see how we develop. Let's look at the daily chart just to give a little bit better perspective in here. Right now it's just looking like a little zigzag 3-wave move back. All right, that's the picture on the financials. And the last thing we're going to look at here in terms of ETFs, semiconductors. This is continuing to be strong. I've talked about this every week. But 2 out of my 3 indicators are showing divergence with this last move up here. And then you notice how 3 weeks ago, had this big negative candle here. Pretty big move in the range. And then all we've got is fairly tight little trading in what looks like counter-trendish type action over the last 2 weeks. Let's take a look at the daily and see if we see anything different. Now, the one thing on the daily chart is you do get the 10 crossing below and staying below the 21 so far. 2 consecutive closes in here, although that's not, I don't know that that's below the 10, 68.20. It's a couple of ticks below it. So we'll see whether or not this continues to roll over and break down. And when we look at Qualcomm, okay, the thing on Qualcomm is this looks like a potential like ending diagonal, but it's not a great picture. I mean, this almost looks like just a channel, upward trending channel, but the lines are slightly converging in here. Okay, and the other thing with the indicators is 2 out of 3 of my indicators are showing negative divergence on this last move. So here's RSI, here's DI plus, but the demand index, well, actually, I was thinking of another stock. The demand index is also showing it. So all 3 of my key indicators I look at is showing negative divergence with this last move. But the real interesting thing that I saw on Qualcomm is on the weekly chart. So here's all the trading that I've got on Qualcomm from back in 1990 or 91. What is that? 1991. Okay. This huge move into 2000, and then this sell-off, this counter trend move, and the break of this trend line in August 2015. And what this looks to me like is this stock has just done nothing more than pull back to that trend line right here in this move. It is pull back to that trend line. And then what are we getting as we pull back to this trend line now? Is we're getting this divergence that's showing up on the daily chart. And so all of a sudden, you know, this looks starting to look negative. Now, would I automatically short this because of that, what I just saw? No, I'd wait till the price starts to break down a little bit more in here and truly tell me that it is ready to start selling off. But that's the picture on Qualcomm and the quick market wrap for the weekend. If you felt like the video was helpful, please share the video and hit the like button here. If you're not a subscriber on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. That's pretty easy to do. And also visit the website and check out the membership. My insider members get this and many, many times more of this kind of information on a daily basis. And I just finished doing a 35-minute video for them this weekend. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll talk to you on the next video.